So this is our class again for building flexibility and strength, and we'll work on also a balancing pose tonight. Again, I am excited to do a couple of different things that maybe we haven't done before. And we're going to come into a tabletop position. Good. Let's go ahead and push back into child's pose. And if you like, if you want, you can use your block to the forehead. And arms, the palms are going to face up. So we're going to take a little break on your wrist. If some of you feel too much pressure in your wrist, I'd like you to rest your hands on top of your hips and just kind of circle your wrist around. So just getting into the small joints of the hand is really nice. And circle it around. Good. Go ahead and relax your shoulders down. Let go of any holding in the upper back. Some of you may choose to not use your block. You can go forehead to the floor. From this child's pose, bring them forward. Start to lift up. Curl the toes under. And let's push into your down dog. So really warming up the legs here. We want to pedal side to side. So moving from one heel to the opposite. You should feel this in your calf, especially if the calf can be a little tight. And we're just going to move at your own pace. Good. And then go ahead and bend your knees. You can have your heels slightly up and then press both heels down. Very good. Now sending your right leg up towards the sky. So three-legged down dog. You're going to draw your right foot forward. And you're in this high lunge. Now this is where you can start to use your blocks if you wish. Or if you don't have your blocks, I want you to cup your hands. Your fingertips are grounded so that they're framing this right foot. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come into pyramid pose. So you can slide the back foot forward and start to enough so that you can get that back heel down. We're going to draw this quadricep, right? We're going to pull into that and draw the kneecap up and hold this ham. We're feeling the whole stretch right now. You should get the calf and the hamstring. So inhale, small lift. Exhale, forward fold. So inhale, come into a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And just one more time. Inhale to a half lift. Good. Exhale, forward fold. If you want to pause there in that forward fold for a couple breaths. And one more inhalation. Now as you exhale, let's bend the front knee. And you're going to go ahead and scoot that back foot. Just move through the toes, dropping the back knee and lifting up through the chest. So we're in a nice hip, runner's lunge. Just take a big deep breath in. And we can move into lizard pose. So we did this on Thursday night. Uncurl your back foot. Both hands or both blocks on the instep of this right foot. Toe heel the foot out to the edge of the mat. Just a small rotation of the foot and the knee. And you can either bring your elbows to the floor or you can bring your elbows to your blocks. Some of you may choose to roll this knee out, so you could roll out to the edge of the mat, so you're on the outer edge of the foot. If you like to open that hip slightly. And now taking at least 3 more breaths. Very good. One more full breath. Now bringing your hands back to the floor, to the block. We're going to come into pigeon pose. So pigeon pose here can be a little bit rough on the knee. So if your knee is an issue, then I would like you to go onto your back and do the upside down four on your back. Otherwise, you would toe heel your foot across the mat. I'm bringing it all the way across, and then I'm coming down. So coming down, we can use the blocks. So I'm going to show you what you can do here with the block. You can take one block and put it underneath the chest, so right on the sternum. And so elbow comes down, chest on the sternum, and the forehead on the block. So that makes it a little nicer if this is a pretty intense, stretch for you, right? Really good stretch here for the gluteus maximus and that piriformis. If it's too much, then try the block under the forehead, block under the chest. Some of you won't need it. Maybe you're going to just go ahead and fold the forearms and rest the forehead to the floor. And remember, if this is way too much for you, please go onto your back. And just taking about 3 full breaths. Good, just one more inhalation. Let's go ahead and bring your hands back to the mat. Curl the back foot under, and I'm going to lift my back knee up. So the back knee is up. I'm going to push my body up and slide the other foot back. Good, so go ahead and we're going to move to your down dog. And we'll go to the left side. So we're going to take that left leg up towards the sky. And now draw the left foot forward between your hands. And we're in a high lunge first. So now we'll take our blocks and we're going to move into pyramid pose. So to set that up, either your hands on either side of your left foot, or you move your blocks so that they're framing that left foot. And we're going to slide the back foot forward enough so that we can step it forward and we can get that foot down. We can get the heel down. You're going to come up. So if you want, you can even come up a little taller with the blocks. So we're going to lift the chest, the crown of the head, chin tucks in slightly. You can inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, you can gently bend the elbows, forward fold. So inhale, lift, half lift, flat back, neck in line with the spine. Exhale into the forward fold. And one more time. Inhale and lift. Good, really working through the legs and the hips. Exhale, bend the elbow, forward fold. Now you can hold here if you wish. Use your breath to soften and to release those areas of tightness. Very good. Come halfway up. Now we're going to bend that front knee, that left knee, slide the right foot back, and drop the knee down so we come into a runner's lunge. And you can use your blocks or fingertips framing that foot. Take your gaze to the mat. Neck is long and breath is soft. Take another inhalation. Good, and as you exhale, let's move into lizard. So now I'm toe heeling that foot over to the edge of the mat, drawing the hands or the blocks on the instep side of that foot and sinking into that hip flexor. Some of you may choose to go a little further in this stretch. Maybe you're going to bring your forearms onto the blocks or to the mat. And just really, honor your practice. Listen to your body. Whatever you feel today works for you. Coming into that nice deep inhalation and slow exhalation. And just taking in one more full breath. We're going to lift your torso up, come back up, and now toe heel your foot across. So we move into our pigeon pose. Remember, we have lots of variations of this pigeon pose. I'm toe heeling, and now I'm coming down to the shin, the knee. So we can stay lifted. If you feel it right here, you can stay lifted. You can use your blocks to keep the chest lifting. If you want to come into a forward fold, you can. I'm standing up my block on one end, maybe coming down over, so always in the rib cage, the sternum, and the block for the forehead. Good. Taking 3 full breaths. Very good. Just one more inhalation. Very nice. And when you're ready, you're going to slide your hands towards your shoulders. Let's flex your right foot and pick up the right knee. So we're really pulling into the strength of the back leg. And I'm going to push the floor away, sending my opposite foot out. Good. Now I'm going to have you do this. I'm going to have you come back down and move into child's pose. So keeping the arms, the elbows up, the arms are straight. I'm walking out with my fingertips. Take another full breath. As you exhale, round up into cat. Now start to lift into your cow and drop the hips. Very good. And now pushing back into your child's pose. So curl the toes under. Lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Good, one more inhalation. Sending your left foot up towards the sky. Let's draw your left foot forward and your right. Forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Arms like an airplane, circle up. And bring your hands back to your heart. Good job. So one balancing pose we'll do here today. Bringing your hands to your heart, grounding your feet to the earth. We're going to keep it really simple tonight. This is called stork. So you're going to start with your weight into your right foot. We're going to slightly bend that right knee and come onto the toes of the left. Again, the abdominals do a lot of work here, so really pull the belly in and start to pick that left knee up. I like to flex my foot and take your thumb and index finger together and come into a nice lift of the arms. Great. It's always good work. Take another full breath and release that foot down. Let's try the left side. So soft knee on that left foot. Foot is grounded. Come onto the toes of your right. Stay tall in your posture. So you don't really want to lean forward, right? We want to actually shoulders back, chest open. Pick up your right foot with your foot flexed. And now take the thumb and index finger out to the side. Good. Open and lift through the chest. And breathe. Good. One more full breath. Perfect. And bring your hands to your heart. Excellent. Let's come down to the floor and come to the very top, kind of top of your mat. So your feet are forward. And we're going to do a little abdominal work. We did some in the beginning, right? So you're going to inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to roll back like a cat, the cat stretch. And as you inhale, you're going to lift the chest and the arms come back. So exhale and round. Inhale and lift. Draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale and round. So this in Pilates would be our half roll back. Inhale and lift. And one more time. Exhale and round. Inhale and lift. Good. Grab the back of the legs. So hug your knees into your chest. Tuck your chin in. Soften your shoulder blades down. Good. Take a full breath here and let the whole back body relax into the floor. And if you'd like, you can gently rock side to side, hip to hip. Good. This is such a treat. We did a lot of great work here, so this is a really nice way to unwind, slow down, and move into the end of our class. So we're going to come into Happy Baby. You're going to take the knees wide, and you're going to take your arms. I like to keep my arms straight and take them to the inside, so I'm pressing my knees out. So another nice hip opener, a little bit like frog. So you could flex your feet like a frog. And then take your peace sign fingers, your middle finger, index finger, around the big toe, thumb lock, so the thumb is on the outside of the big toe, and then we pick the feet up. Good. Soften the shoulders down. Good. See if you can relax the shoulder blades. And come into the rise and fall of the belly. Just one more inhalation. Now as you exhale, release your feet down to the mat, and we'll come into a spinal twist. Now I'm going to show you, you can take a blanket, your blanket or block, kind of fold it up and bring it to the right side of your hip. Take your left leg over the right. So it's like I'm crossing my legs. So left leg over right. I'm going to draw the knees towards my chest. And now I'm going to roll over to the right. And if you have, if you want, you can, I don't have my block here, but it kind of helps. It lifts up just slightly. You can lift that up just slightly and reach the left arm across the floor. Now, if this is too much, too intense, you would just uncross the legs and then just stack one leg on top of the other. Good. Now turn the head away from the bent knees, and let's take at least 3 more breaths. Very good. One more inhalation. And as you exhale, let's go ahead and slowly uncross and bring our knees back to the center. Good. So now you're going to take your right leg and cross it over the left. So bringing both knees up to your chest, maybe wrapping the hands around that hamstring. And already you're going to feel some of that stretch. And then we'll take both knees, rolling over into our supine twist, reaching the right arm across the floor. And then coming into that smooth, deep breath. Good. One more cleansing breath. Good. And then slowly uncross, bring the knees back up and uncross the legs. And we'll come into our last pose here. So arms in a T, and now we're just gonna do our windshield wipers. Feet as wide as the mat, and then just gently rocking the knees side to side. So moving slowly, right? Rolling through the low back and moving gently into those hips. Good, just 2 more. Nice, and then bringing the knees up, let's stretch your legs across the mat. Resting your hands onto your belly, tucking those shoulder blades down and away. Letting your feet and knees roll open. And taking that big, deep breath, cleansing breath. And we're just going to take one more full breath in. And if some of you wish to stay here longer, you are welcome to. Otherwise, we'll wiggle the toes and the fingers. Small movements, motor movements, right? And then taking one knee at a time into your chest. Hugging those knees in. Taking one more beautiful stretch here for your low back and hips. Let's roll over to the side into our embryo, our fetal position. And giving yourself a moment here. Taking our time, not hurrying away. So push your hand into the floor. Lift up, come into easy cross-legged position. And just ending our class with our hands to our heart and bowing our chin. Being proud of our work, honoring our practice tonight, coming back to our gratitude. The light in me salutes that light, that divine that's in you, and together we say, Namaste.